tribalism is inherently wrong. All of it. Nationalism, anything associated with separating me from someone else based on anything, whether it be color, wealth, finance, whatever, no matter what it is, anything that separates me into a tribe which is in conflict with some other tribe, because our tribe is better than that tribe, because that's the whole point. Otherwise I wouldn't be in. What's the point of being in this tribe if that one's as good? But they're all against one another. I'm avoiding this thing because I want purity within my tribe. It's all based on the same deception. And no matter what tribe you try and be, whether it's a USA tribe or a Canada tribe or a religious tribe, whether it be any version of it, ultimately you're still trapped in a deception, because bottom line is, unless we come to the knowledge that we're all one family, there are no tribes, and in God's eyes we're all his children with no separation whatsoever. Unless we come to that, we will buy into whatever system we're in, and we do it in very different ways, you know, and some of it seems very mild, but we all carry it. You know, when our team is playing, we're very tribal. That could be our individual team, that could be our church team, that could be our sporting, that could be our national team. Even if it's the Olympics, which is coming up, everyone's supporting their own team, their own tribe. Now that's a mild thing, but effectively it's basically war by another name. We're just going to war in the sporting arena rather than on the field of war and killing each other. That it's all based in the same deception, and most people have bought into it and are under it without knowing it. And I don't think there's a way out of it in any way other than embracing the kingdom of God filling the earth, which is what it promises to do. Then it will put an end to all tribalism, because we'll all be part of one kingdom, not individual kingdoms or nations or countries or whatever else, all representing ourselves against somebody else, because we've got our own borders to protect, because our society needs protecting against that other society. And we all do it. You know, UK has come out of Europe because we don't want the European influence. You know, Canada has remained separate from the US through a couple of sort of skirmishes and wars a couple of years ago, because it wants a different identity from that of the US, and would very much defend its different identity from the US. You know, and I can understand why all that's there, but the bottom line is that is still counterproductive when it comes to seeing worldly and global issues and actually addressing those global issues rather than our individual issues, which we prioritize. So we prioritize our country over another country because I live in it, and that is going to benefit me rather than some other poor person that I've no idea about living in some poverty condition somewhere else in the world. Yeah, because it's basically based in selfishness. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is selfish. It thrives on selfishness, and all nationalism and everything else is essentially selfish, because it puts our nation above the rest of the world. Now, I know you could say, well, it's all very idealistic. It is. But bottom line is, unless you have idealism, then you're going to carry on perpetuating the same thing. You know, and it might be utopian in its way of looking at things, but that's what the kingdom of God is. That was what the garden was. It was paradise. I want to see paradise restored and beyond. I don't want to live in a world which is controlled by an agenda which is totally selfish. And it is, you know. That's why it was begun with, I will ascend. I will be like God. And effectively, mankind has been saying, I will be like God. I am God. You know, and those that are then wanting to find God will do it through their own version of God that they make in their own image, because really I'm God, and God's a better version of me. That's how all these religions sort of form, you know, and people see that, unfortunately. and still get stuck.
I'd like to introduce you to the Engaging God program. Join us and hundreds of others around the world on this exciting adventure, and I'll look forward to walking with you on this journey.